got a chance to meet Carol Burnett.
Ooh.
And she came up and said how she loves the show. So I got a chance to meet her again after we had won the Screen Actors Guild Award. And she came up and gave me a big hug and said, congratulations. It doesn't get any better when you're standing there with the statue in your hand and Carol Burnett telling you, you know, well done.
That's
and
got to...
Cloyd Leachman and Mary Tyler Moore and Ed Asner.
Okay, now,
So, you know.
let's fast forward. Someday, you are going to be one of them. With the pace that this show is on right now, do you ever think about that? Do you think what life's going to be like in 20 years when there are going to be new up-and-coming sitcoms where they get to meet the cast of The Office and are just totally floored by that? Have you thought about that? Does that seem a little too fake still? Like, are you pinching yourself? Can I pinch you? Okay, wow. And there we go. That was... Wow.
It seems, and it sounds really strange to say it, but this is something that I'd always envisioned that would happen. And when you tell people that, you know, it feels natural as though it was something that was supposed to happen,
Yeah.
you know, you work on it, you pray on it, you strive for it, and when it does get there, you go like, oh, okay. Wow. This feels really good. Mm-hmm.
I think we got a lot in common. Okay, first off, we both work with Steve's. Now, I have this question for you. This interview we're doing right now, Steve gets Final Cut, and so he basically will cut me out of this entire thing. He makes me wear black so I blend in, and it's easy, I guess, to crop. What happens on Thursday? You shoot during the week, and then Thursday the show comes up. Do you ever get cut? Are there lost Stanley archives out there, or is your stuff usually stay in?
Usually it stays in.
Because you're
on
damn
occasion,
funny.
If
watch
you
your
don't
mouth.
see it on TV, you'll see it on the DVD. And if you don't see it on the TV or the DVD, then you'll see it on the website. So
Yeah, they sure do make delete. I mean, it's funny what... I really like the show, by the way. I like The Office. I start to feel a little bit cheesy in the midst of this interview. Like, at any rate, I'll go with it. I've already... Trust me, the people on the internet hate me.
they do. Don't hate Steve.
Thank you, Leslie. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. But see, now I'm glad you're here. Okay, all right, just let me... what The Office has done to TV is sort of, I think, somewhat revolutionary in that, a lot of the cast, and we had talked with some other castmates about this, how a lot are on MySpace and are trying to make themselves accessible. And then another thing that they're doing, which I think is kind of revolutionary, is that they always have deleted scenes up. And they know that the audience, diehard Office fans, are waiting for that to come out each week, and it sort of adds to the storyline and things like that. And I even heard Greg Daniels say that he would like to, at a point, there was an episode that they had released on as a producer's cut earlier this year. And he said that he really would like for someday, imagine the Thursday night episode to be a really long promo for the producer's cut that will always be the final cut for the storyline and things like that. That's some pretty revolutionary stuff you guys are doing, if I do say so myself. I don't know if that was even a question or just a confession. I love you, Leslie. Wow.
It is. We are doing some things that haven't been done before on television. One of the major things is that we don't have a soundtrack. Laugh track, I should say, right. In the sense that you get to see an episode and you'll laugh in a different place every time you see an episode. Whereas on a lot of sitcoms, they tell you, here, laugh right here, ha, 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 and we don't do that because what happens is when you are watching the show, you'll see somebody in the foreground doing something who's speaking, and then you'll see somebody in the background or off to the side who's doing something, and you might not pay attention to it the first time. Second time, third time, you know, eventually you catch it, or someone will write in on the what is the website? Television Without Pity, peace, love, to you too.
Free plug.
And they'll write in, and then they'll tell somebody, and they'll go, oh, I didn't notice that, and then they go back and forth, and they, ooh, your little sound pack is digging in my kidney.
That's kind of what happens after about 12 minutes. Then my kidney will come in handy, the one that I have to give you later on anyway.
He's giving me a lung and a kidney, one from each side, because of the horrendous drive out here, as you know. So, yeah.
Which is the least I can do is give you an
we
organ.
Harvest organs. It's, a Hollywood thing.
There's a face you do Well, you do many on the show, but I don't even know how to do it. It's magic. It is magic what you do. Where was that born? Was that born on the show, or did you do that somewhere earlier in your career? Or
That was born out of probably having worked in the corporate world for real. So a lot of us have worked on the show, worked regular jobs. And you think about during the course of having worked at these jobs, the meetings that you've gone to with people who you just were really like, And I learned early on that I was not good at camouflaging, whatever I was thinking about you, it came across on the face, and there was no sense in me trying to hide it or pretend and sit there and go like, It wasn't going to work because you would know. So probably it's best that I did make the transition into doing this full time as opposed to staying in the corporate world. But
I always think, oh, they've got to know what's going on. But it's funny to me that you sit at home, I would imagine, on a Thursday night, and you're not sure what that final cut looks like and things like that. So take me through, what's Thursday night like for you?
it depends upon what the work schedule is like on Thursdays. There have been many times when we've still been hard at work and missed the show ourselves. So they give us a nice little copy of it. And we really don't know what they're going to do in that editing room.
Now, is there anything at the end of, like, so you guys have already wrapped for this season, and by the way, you've been picked up for a full season 4, which is great news for all Office
fans. We just finished our 53rd show.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have been picked up for the full season. It appears we're headed towards the syndication highway.
The moneymaker.
Yes.
That baby pays.
I will shake my moneymaker, yes. Listen.
Now, so now that you've already shot the rest of season 3, is there, I'm sure there are little idiosyncrasies of the show that you just don't know. Is that going to get in? Is that not going to get in? But is there anything with the plot? Will you be surprised just knowing the nature of season finales with The Office? They are just cliffhangers. So are you going to be surprised at all come that final Thursday night of this season?
Maybe.
Now, you could always tell us exactly what's going to happen. We kind of break the story.
I could, but I'm not going to.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I want to be there for season 4.
You want to be there for the syndication run.
I don't want Greg Daggers to be lying in wait behind some dark bushes waiting for me, going like, "What you tell it for? I told you not to tell it." So I say nothing. I'm sworn to secrecy. So,
Wow.
but you'll enjoy it. We've got 4 more new episodes coming up between now and the end, and you will laugh, you will hoot, you will holler and scream.
Wow. That's quite a guarantee. Hey, I want to know. Now, can we really briefly talk to Stanley? I'm worried. He's not going to bail on us and retire at any point, is he?
No, he's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. He has children he's got to put through school. Catholic school.
Which is expensive.
That's expensive, and then he's got his daughter Melissa. He's got to make sure that she stays away from that lusty Ryan. He's got his wife and the other daughter that nobody's seen yet.
Well, Leslie, you are just a freaking absolute delight.
Thank you.
I wish the next time you feel like braving 2 to 3 hours of just traffic.
Just traffic.
You let me know. You're always going to be welcome. Always welcome here at Hollywood Press TV. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't watched, I'm sure you already have, but stick around Thursday nights, 8:30 on NBC. You got to watch The Office. Ladies and gentlemen, Leslie David Baker. You're a delight.